Hello everybody, this is the Introverted Gadgeteer here, and today we're going to be looking at what is arguably one of the best Sony handheld consoles ever released, the Sony PSP. For this particular variant I've got the Slim and Light, also known as the PSP 3000. I picked up this lovely box example from an eBay seller for £130, and the seller also included 2 games and a nice little carrying case. The PSP has actually always remained really close to my heart, as when I was a child I remember owning one of these in a pearl white colour. I have such fond memories playing Lego Indiana Jones and a really adorable platformer called Loco Roco. I do always appreciate when boxes have been kept in such nice condition, and for this one it's no exception. Let's get it unboxed. So in the box we have the PSP itself. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. An original charger, some manuals, a spare battery and a lanyard. We'll take a better look at the PSP itself, which comes in a lovely soft case. And here it is. These were originally released in 2008, following alongside the PSP 2000 and the original PSP 1000. From my understanding, these had the nicest screens and were also the slimmest out of the PSP lineup. I've taken all the bits off the desk so we can have a better look at the PSP in full frame. Just really like to appreciate the condition that this has been kept in. Props to the seller for looking after it so well. So the power on the PSP, we just lift up this little switch here and the green light should show. And here is the menu of the PSP. So from the left we have a settings list, some extras, a place to store your photos, a music library, a video list. This is where you can also play your UMDs for films, a list for games, and your internet and PSN sign in. I'd really like to show a game running on the PSP, and on the side here we have Ridge Racer 2. So we just go ahead and get that out of the case and plopped in the PSP. So to put the game in, there's a little nub here that just lifts up, and the game goes with the art facing outwards in the slot like that, and the case closes. It does take a couple of seconds to load the game. But once it does, you should see a UMD option on the screen. And let's go ahead and get straight in. Let's go ahead and get an arcade race started.
Today's race is taking place here at Seaside Route 765. Is your machine ready to go? 3, 2, 1, go!
These really remind me of the PlayStation 2 graphics, but it plays really smoothly. I think it's quite difficult to see the car through the viewfinder, so do mind the really poor gameplay. So hopefully that's given you a good idea of what the gameplay is like on the PSP. So would I recommend buying one of these in 2025? I think the answer to that is yes. I believe the game library is big enough and great enough, and the nostalgia hit is hard enough to make this a worthwhile purchase. And on the side, they seem to be holding their value really well. I hope everyone watching has really enjoyed walking down nostalgia lane, looking back at this PSP. I'm going to be ending the video here, but again, as always, if you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button and give me a subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.